A gas cylinder pressure cooker arrangement is shown. Find the time taken for the whistle to blow and the CO2 emitted in the process. Required parameters are given. Assume the cylinder is filled with C4H10, which is butane. So I'm sure this is a very familiar arrangement for most of us. So let me just explain the problem. We have a pressure cooker which we fill with water and shut it tight. And then we connect the gas cylinder to the stove and switch it on. So what we have to do is find the time taken for the whistle to blow and the CO2 emitted in the process. Alright, so this seems like a very interesting and very practical problem. So we have a bunch of parameters given to us: the calorific value, pressure rating, the specific heat capacities of water, steam, the volumes of the cooker and the water filled, etc. etc. So let's begin. Well, first of all, we have butane over here, and it's being burnt at the rate of 0.04 grams per second. And we know the energy that's going to be released for every kg of butane that is burnt. So let's calculate the rate at which energy is released. So that is, sorry, okay, rate of, and the energy I'm assuming is heat. Rate of production of heat is the burning rate grams per second times the calorific value. So 50 megajoules is 15 to 10 power 6 joules per kilogram is 1000 grams. So all of this cancels. So what do we have? 15 to 0.4. Sorry, 15 to 0.04 is 2. So that's 2000 joules per second. 2000 joules per second. So we have 2000 joules per second produced by the cylinder. Okay. And how much water do we have filled? There's 0.001 meter cube. So if we multiply that with the density of water, 1000 kg per meter cube, basically we have 1 kg of water filled in the cooker. Alright, and we have the volume of the cooker as well. Just 10 times the volume of the water filled. Okay. So as we switch on the gas and heat is being produced, the heat is going to be absorbed by the water, right? Okay, fine. Okay, we have to find the time taken for the whistle to blow. So let's actually, when is the whistle going to blow? It will blow when the pressure rating of the cooker is reached, correct? So when we have that value over here, okay, let me just make an assumption and see how it works out. Obviously, initially everything's at 25, but let's say the whistle blows when steam is produced at 100 degrees Celsius. That is, the water over here becomes steam at 100. So let's just say, I'm going to assume the steam behaves as an ideal gas. Okay, so we have the pressure, which is the pressure rating I'm assuming. You know the volume. I'm assuming it's going to happen at 100 degrees Celsius. And we know all of this. So we can find how much steam there should be for the pressure rating to be reached at 100 degrees Celsius. Correct? So N is PV by RT. So P is, oh, and keep your calculators ready. 10 power 3 pascals. V is the volume of the cooker. By RT. Okay, R is and T I'm assuming is 100 degrees Celsius, so that's 373 Kelvin. So let me see how much is this. It's 82.7 thousand 0.01 divided by 8.314 divided by 373. Actually, I just realized that this is lesser than atmospheric pressure. So this must be the gauge pressure actually, right? The absolute pressure, because the pressure rating can't be lesser than atmospheric pressure. Um, so the atmospheric pressure is how much is it? It's around 100 kilopascals. So this is the gauge pressure. The absolute pressure must be this plus this. So that's 182. Sorry for that. Let me just calculate this again. 314 divided by 373. So that's around 0.6. That's around 0.6, and if you work the units out, you should get moles, right? And to convert this into grams, I multiply by the molecular mass of water. So 0.6 into 18, that is 10.8 grams. So I need 10.8 grams of steam at a temperature of 373 Kelvin to make the pressure, to make the whistle blow, right? Okay, so this is definitely going to be useful. So we have this. This is 10.8. Okay. All right. So we have 1 kilogram of water. We are supplying 2000 joules every second, and we need to find the time taken for essentially 10 grams of steam or 11 grams of steam to be formed from 1 kilogram of water, isn't it? Okay, so let's see. To form 10.8 grams of steam, how much heat do I need? So I need to convert, let me just write that down. Heat needed to form, this video is getting long, form 10.8 grams of steam. So that is 10 point, so this was water originally, right? Times the heat capacity of water, joules per kilogram per Kelvin, times, this was at 25 degrees, the surrounding temperature initially. So from 25 it had to go to 100, so that is 75 Kelvin, 75 degrees Celsius, which is 75 Kelvin, the difference, plus the latent heat times, this was not given. I think it's around 540 calories per gram. Okay, and 1 calorie is around 4.184 joules. Okay, so hopefully we can get, without messing up the units somehow. 10.8 grams, so that's 10.8 divided by 1000. Please calculate along. Times 75 plus 10.8 times 540 times 4.184. Okay, so that's coming out to be around 27,790 joules. Okay, so we are supplying 2000 joules a second. It's going to take us 27,000, roughly 27,000 joules. So we're almost done. So the time taken to reach the pressure rating is 27,000 divided by 2000 joules. 2000 joules a second. So how much is that? 13.895. Well, that's almost 14 seconds. So we're done with the first part. Takes us just about 1/4 of a minute to make the whistle blow. And the CO2 emitted in the process. Okay. So this would probably require a bit of. So there's butane in the cylinder, right? C4H10. That is going to be reacting with oxygen. So let's balance this first. 4 and okay, 5. 4 here, 10 hydrogens, 8 is 5, 13. Okay, this is correct. Yeah. Okay, so 1 mole of butane reacts with 6.5 moles of oxygen to form 4 moles of CO2 and 5 moles of water. Right, so now we know that the burning rate is 0.04 grams a second. Okay, actually 1 mole of butane, how much is that? Multiplying it by the molecular mass, we get 12 fours are 48 plus 10, 58. I hope that's correct. So this is 58 grams. 58 grams of butane forms 4 moles of carbon dioxide. So that's 44 times 4, 176 grams of carbon dioxide. Right, and we are burning 0.04 grams per second. So that means we can find out 0.04 grams produces how many grams of carbon dioxide. So that's 0.04 times 176 divided by 58. Oh, sorry, wait. Sorry, that's 176 into 58 by 0.04. Okay, that's quite a bit. That comes out to be around 255,200 grams, and that is 255 kilograms. That seems like a lot. 255 kilograms. Okay. Well, let's see. Every second. Okay, that seems like a lot. So let's see. Might have gone wrong somewhere. Please correct me if I do. 255 kilograms is being produced every second. So if we multiply that by 14 seconds, we get 3570 kilograms, which is 3.5 tons of CO2. And it seems like we are done. So let's just summarize the answers at least. I've not done the calculations very systematically. So the time taken for the whistle to blow is how much?